The first card you have is your current position coming into the month, and you have the Ten of Swords, which is very interesting. I think that Wheel of Fortune is very much needed then, because the Ten of Swords is about tragedy. It's about loss. Could be about death. So it could be that you've lost somebody. But again, this is a very hard card to see as your current position. This tells me if you're single, you just have not met good people. Maybe you were dating a few people and you've cut ties with everybody. And maybe that you haven't been dating for a long time because you had sadness and grief over people. Or maybe you have had a death in the family or something of that nature that now you're pushing to get out there and date again because of some sort of tragedy. It doesn't have to be necessarily that. This, a lot of times, the Ten of Swords can be just an ending to something and a new beginning, which is, if you're single and you haven't been looking, I feel like it's because you've been feeling this type of energy, this negativity, and now you're coming into this month still with a chip on your shoulder, but deciding that maybe, hey, it's time to change. It's divine timing. I need to get back out there. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this definitely says that there's some sort of like something happened and either, you made a bad decision, they made a bad decision, but there's something is very painful for you at the moment where the reconciliation is. Maybe they moved on. You thought that there was going to be a possibility of reconciliation and it didn't happen. They moved on, or you're deciding you want to move on. But in doing so, it's presenting this loss. It's presenting this tragedy type feeling. So it's not the best card to see coming into the month, but I just have this feeling that there's going to be more to the story than what we see here, obviously. The next card you have is anything you're feeling internally coming into the month. So that actually kind of makes sense. This isn't the death card, but it's the Ten of Swords, which can represent, again, a death or loss or tragedy or some sort of change. But you have the Fool, and that's how you're feeling internally. So while the situations around you may not be very good right now, the Fool represents a new beginning, a new cycle, which is very interesting because, again, the wheel is turning. So the Fool is the beginning of the major arcana. So if you're single, I definitely feel like this is now your time. Get out there, date, meet new people, because I do feel like it's some sort of destiny situation coming your way. So again, with the Fool, be fearless. This is folly. This is innocence. Wipe the slate clean of whatever you've dealt with in the past and just enjoy yourself. You want to get out there, but maybe you just had to let some time go by before you could. If you're looking to reconcile, this is very similar in the fact that it's a new beginning. It's a new cycle starting. Although I don't know that it's with this person, because I feel like this person, like, it's done completely. Like, there's no going back to this person at all. And even though it hurts, and even though you've had to deal with maybe tying up loose ends, etc., maybe the divorce happened and now you've had to deal with, selling the house or whatever it is. This is you dealing with those loose ends, but this is you feeling like, hey, I'm finally free of the situation. I could probably move in a different direction. The next card you have is your distant past, over the past 5-10 years. It could be throughout your childhood. Now you have the Four of Wands. Very interesting here. The universe, I always bring this to the table for both reconciliation and singles together, because this is usually something that's happened in the past that the universe is saying, hey, pay attention to it this month, or you need to see this month. The Four of Wands is the universe telling you there's happiness out there. You've had it before, you've seen it, because this is like happy home, happy life, it's happiness, it's a completion. So if you're single or looking to reconcile, whether it works out or doesn't over the next month or two, you need to keep in your head that the possibility is there, that you deserve it, that you can find it, you've had it before. So if you're single, don't lose hope. Have this Fool type energy. This is a new cycle, a new beginning, regardless of anything that's been going on. And if you're looking to reconcile, you've had something like this before. I really do feel like some of you are going through a divorce or went through a divorce and it's kind of completed and it's ended. Maybe you thought there was a chance to rebuild and it just didn't happen. And it finally had to come to, an ending, a loss of some sort. And this is the universe's way of saying, look, you've had it before. You've found it before. And it's really weird because it just came in saying maybe you found it before with this person. So maybe even though you're thinking that this is a death to the situation, it's completely done, maybe you're kind of like, no, we've had happiness before. We can make this happen. Whatever it is, the universe is telling you, look, you've had it before. You will find it again. The next card you have is your immediate past, over the past few weeks, past month or so. All right, so you have the Three of Cups. This could be a third-party situation. Now, if you're single, this definitely tells me that some of you were dating. Some of you were talking to a few people, maybe not exclusively, or maybe you were starting to date exclusively, or they were talking about it. And then you found out that they're full of shit, that they're seeing like 3 other people, that they're talking to a bunch of other people. This is not necessarily always third party, but this is definitely celebrations, friendship. And obviously you can see from the card, there's definitely something fishy going on. So if you're single, I think you may have been on the tail end of something, and that's why you've been kind of like, no, hell no, I'm not dating. I'm not talking to people. I don't trust people. I feel this type of energy, but the universe is saying, no, close that chapter. It's time to restart a new chapter. Things are changing. Now is like the time for you to get out there. If you're looking to reconcile, I feel like you were a part of a third party situation, or maybe the other person was. Virgo, generally, I think that you're not, but this kind of tells me that some of you may have been involved with somebody else unknowingly. Like some of you were like talking to somebody who you find out they're married, and you've been having some sort of situation with them now, and you're like, well, I still want to be with this person. I still want to reconcile with this person because I still love this person. But the whole time you had no idea what was going on. Very interesting. But either you or they, you know, you found out or they found out that there was some sort of third party situation, which is why you're coming into the month like this. Because that 3 of Cups definitely talks about somebody pulling the wool over somebody else's eyes. So whether it was your ex or you, there was some sort of secret. It doesn't even have to be cheating. It could just be lies about money, or lies about addictions, or lies about, you know, just even little white lies that became a big deal. So the past couple weeks, past few months, it seemed like they've been pretty difficult for you, Virgo, as far as trying to find the truth and try and figure out what's been going on. The next card you have is your distant future. So the next few months throughout the end of the year, and you have the Star, which is an awesome card. It's Aquarius card. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius, an air sign, but the Star is about faith. It's about hope. It's renewing that self-esteem. It's about renewing your self-belief, having self-awareness. So your distant future looks amazing. I feel like you need to get through the muck. I feel like you can't let this type of stuff drag you down, because the wheels are changing. And to get here, you're just going to have to trudge through. And I say that, and I'm telling you what, Virgo, my stomach is like clenching as I'm telling you this right now. Like some of you are like, oh, but you don't understand. The situation has been horrific. If you're single, I do feel like somebody did not treat you well, or you were meeting a lot of shoddy people. And again, could be that you lost somebody that was close to you, or you just lost yourself. You just fell out of groove with yourself. And this is you gaining your self-worth and your self-belief, and gaining that hope and faith in the universe, and in love, and in destiny, and in divine timing. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, I'm not necessarily thinking that this means you guys are going to get back together, but I do feel like it means you guys will be able to get to a point where if it did end completely, there's new beginnings. Things are turning around for you, and you will meet somebody significant. Or you may, there's something here that I can't put my finger on. Like, again, this third party situation, like you may find out that you take a leap of faith on something you never thought you would. There's something coming in here saying, I never thought I would go back to this person, or I never thought I'd take this leap of faith, but something is saying, like, now's the time, do it. This is the time, like, make it happen. What are you doing? You know what you want. The next card you have is your immediate future. So over the next few weeks, next month or so, and that makes sense. You have the 8 of Cups. This is stagnation. This is not moving. This is dissatisfaction. So Virgo, whatever situation you're in right now is not satisfactory. If you're dating, hopefully you're going to be seeing it pick up. I think if you carry this type of energy, you will. But this is you kind of being like, I don't know what I want. I don't know if I want to date. I don't know if I can trust. I don't know if I want to talk to people. Like, it's just things are not, I'm trying to get over whatever this is that happened to me. Again, it could just be having bad dating experiences, like really bad dating experiences where you got your hopes up and then you were just hurt again, and hopes up and hurt again. And this is saying that you're just kind of like, it's, you know, nothing's moving forward. You may be still dealing with 1 or 2 people that you're dating, or one person that you're dating that you thought was going to be, you know, somebody that would develop into something more. They were telling you, oh, I want a relationship. I want this, that, or the other. And it didn't happen. It didn't come to fruition, and you're just done with it. And so you're like, this isn't moving. I'm not satisfied with this. I know that I need to end it. You've come into this month knowing. And so at some point this month, you're going to face it and go, you know, this just isn't working for me. If you're not talking to anybody again, you may or may not be dating, but I feel like a lot of you are just kind of like, take it or leave it. But I feel like this is urging you to get back out there. There's somebody else out there for you. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, you have to make the movement. I feel like here it's saying, and I know, Virgo, you're going to, be all over me. And again, this is general, but you're going to be all over me and say, they need to make the movement. They're the ones who wrong me, whatever. If you're not happy in your situation, you need to make some changes, period. If you want to be with somebody, you need to let them know. If you want to be with somebody lifelong, you need to step up your game. Like, this is your opportunity to say, hey, this is what I want. Because I think that you're either in a situation that isn't working and you want a different situation, you want a different third party situation, or you're in a situation where you guys are communicating, you guys are talking, you're thinking that it's going to move in a direction. It's just not happening. So maybe time to just shut it off and say, bye, see you later. This isn't working for me. Because again, the Eight of Cups is somebody just going, we're not moving. We're just standing still. What are we doing here? The next card you have is anything tangible throughout the month that's going to happen. It could last for a minute. It could be in the beginning, middle, end, and it's the Lover's card, which is Gemini. So you could be dealing with a Gemini. Again, another air sign because Aquarius and Gemini. And air right here. But the Lovers is, again, tangible. So that means if you're single or looking to reconcile, there's going to be some sort of love situation coming up. If you're single, I think because you keep this faith alive and maybe you do decide to go out there and trust, the universe, trust whatever your gut is to get out there, that you're going to meet somebody. Now, it could be just a lustful situation, but the Lover's card is more of a duality. It really is about finding somebody that you can be comfortable with, that you really like. So if you're single, I feel like this stagnation energy of things not moving will move into something eventually. You've just got to be patient for it. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this definitely feels like you can get what you want, but you got to make your move. I can't tell you enough, Virgo. This Wheel of Fortune is saying, come on. And I know you're going to tell me, well, they should, and they've ignored me or whatever. Whatever reason, Virgo, the universe is urging me to tell you, make your move. Like, do it. This is time to make your move. If this is what you want. And I feel like you may be dealing with, you're in one situation, but you want another situation, or, vice versa. Maybe you're in a situation that you really care about somebody, but you're stuck in another one. I can't explain it, but there's some sort of energy coming in where, like, maybe you told somebody you really liked them, and then now, like, you're already starting to date, and now your ex came back and you're like, wait a minute, I really want this ex back. Anyways, the next card you have is how you're going to feel throughout the month. So again, this could be in the beginning, middle, end. And you have the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is a feeling of loss. Now, again, this is internal. So you may be feeling some sense of loss this month. I'm going to start with reconciliation. You may have to make a decision. I feel like for some of you, you really do have to make a decision. And it's not necessarily, I know I said there's this third party, but it's not necessarily like you've done something totally wrong. It's not like you've been, but maybe you have somebody you really want to be with that was from your past and somebody you're with now, and you're going, oh my gosh, I could have what I want. But here you're thinking, if I don't make that move, if I don't go after what I want, I'm going to be in destitution and poverty. Basically, Virgo, this reading is telling me you need to go get what you want, regardless of who you're going to hurt and how it's going to happen. And I know that's terrible to say, but for some of you, like, this is it. This is your last hurrah. This is the last chance you get to make your move. And it keeps over and over repeating, make your move. My dad said I should be a lawyer because I repeat myself 24/7. But literally, the Five of Coins is saying, if you don't go for this, you're going to feel this, which is loss, which is poverty. It's destitution. Very similar to this energy. Now, if you're single, it's also very similar, because if you meet somebody and you feel this type of energy, don't assume that this is what you're going to get. Don't let this overrule any potential just because you've had to deal with some crazy shit in the past. Like, literally, this hopefully only lasts for a day or two. You know, what's interesting about this too is that somebody's spying on you. So either you're spying on somebody or they're spying on you. Somebody's watching your moves in social media, or vice versa. The next card you have are your hopes or fears for the outcome of the month, and you have the Three of Wands. So this is a hope. This is definitely not a fear. The Three of Wands is about growth. It's about partnership. It's about teamwork. It's about planning. So if you're single or looking to reconcile, this is exactly the same for both of you. Your hope for the outcome of the month is that you can find somebody to grow with. You want your partner in crime. You want your teamwork. You want this partnership. You want it to work. Whether you're single or looking to reconcile, you both are aiming for a goal of having a future with somebody. That's the most important take on the Three of Wands, is literally, this is you saying, I want something spectacular, something substantial with somebody, regardless of this mess, regardless of this, like beginning that's not so good. This is your time to shine. This is your time to make things happen. And the Three of Wands is saying, you know, come on, like, let's do it. Like, let's get past any bullshit. Let's get past any third party situations. Let's get past any doubt, any self-doubt. And if things aren't moving where you want them to, start making plans. These are goals looking forward. The next card you have is your outcome for the month. And you have the Moon, which is Pisces card. So you could be dealing with a Pisces or a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. The interesting thing with Pisces is it's either really good energy or it's really sneaky energy, okay? Because Pisces can be pretty sneaky. If you do have a third-party situation, golly, if you do have a third-party situation, now's your time to fix it. Now's your time to choose. Now's your time to make a go of whatever it is you're looking for. The Moon is saying basically, don't be shady, Virgo, and don't let other people be shady with you. Pick sides, pick an answer, pick what you want, decide what you want, and go for it this month. Like I said, make that move. All right, what's interesting is these clarifying cards are incredible because you have the Lovers here crowning the outcome. So if you're single, you have the Lovers twice in a read, which is amazing. The Lovers card is saying, take a chance on somebody. This is a duality. It doesn't have to be forever. It doesn't always have to turn into this situation. So don't allow that fear or illusion, that paranoia to creep up on you. Know that you have the Lovers twice and allow yourself to, look, love is hard. It's not going to be perfect. Is this your twin flame coming in? Who knows? But take a chance. Visit it with innocence. Visit it with folly. You have the Star card going for you here. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, pick somebody. Whatever choice you decide on here, if you're going to reconcile or if you want to move on and date somebody else, you have a good outcome either way. So if you want to reconcile with somebody and they're willing to listen or you're willing to listen to them, there's a good chance you guys could work this out. If you want to move on from them, then cut ties, because I feel like some of you, either they're stringing you along or you're stringing them along with a possibility of this happening, even though one or both of you know it's not going to. Once you release that energy, then you have the potential of the Lovers here. Now, the last card you have clarifying here is the Two of Cups, which is considered twin flame. I'm going to start with reconciliation. I feel like some of you know who your partner is supposed to be. I feel like some of you know who your soulmate is and you're not going for it. Or you know who your soulmate is and you feel like you've lost all chance with them. If you take a leap of faith with them, with the Star card, I think there's a good possibility that they would accept this leap of faith. I really do. So if you're looking to get back together with somebody, I think there's a good chance and possibility it could happen if, you know, you feel this strongly about them. I know this is kind of wishy-washy for reconciliation because I really do. I feel like there's like possibility of 2 reconciliations. There's possibility of all these other situations going on. But in the end, I mean, it's like I said, it's like now or never is what it feels like. Like you got to do it now or else you miss that window, because people are not sitting here waiting for you, just like you're not sitting around waiting for them. So if they come back to you and they're like, hey, I want you back, like go for it. If this is what you want, then change your life for the better. If you're single, this is a possibility of this person coming in being your twin flame energy. This is a possibility of letting go of past hurts, of letting go of this pain, of whatever this tragedy is, whatever this loss you have, and believing in divine timing that even though you went through hell and back and whatever your situation is, you've got this waiting for you at the end. I mean, literally, it's like sad here in the beginning, horrifying here in the beginning, and then this like miraculous Star, twin flame, and 2 Lovers cards. I mean, you can't really get much better than that, Virgo. I know it's kind of all over the place, but it is. The cards are all over the place. How do you come in this month with the 10 of Swords, which is like one of the worst cards in the deck, to end with this twin flame energy, 2 Lovers cards, and the Star? So it just means, again, Wheel of Fortune being perfect theme for this read. Things are changing in your favor.